Hey everybody, welcome to Aniki, the podcast about anime with two brothers. I'm Ben.
And I'm koroshite-kun.
Koroshite-kun. I miss that character. Who is Koroshite-kun?
Koroshite-kun?
Yeah.
I sent you a link all about koroshite-kun.
Oh. I didn't know he had a name.
Yeah, koroshite-kun. It says right there. Japanese Twitter nicknamed him Koroshite-kun.
Please kill me now. Well, okay. This is the 2025 Osaka World's Fair logo with 5 finalists.
Yep.
And all of them were good except one. And they picked the one.
Yeah, they kind of did. I don't know why.
I don't know what it represents other than they thought, oh.
I guess it's like beads, right? But
is it?
It just looks like random eyeball. It's a ring of like gross eyeballs.
It's clearly the 11th angel.
Basically, good lord.
I like the fan art in that thread, though.
Oh, people love Koroshite-kun.
It was pretty choice. Some of these look like they're straight out of SCP. Well, what have you been up to since last we spoke, other than summoning demonic beasts to Osaka, Japan?
What else have I done? Not a whole lot. Let's see. I finished my reread of Lord of the Rings. That was nice.
Oh, you did? How long did it take you this time?
A while. Read The Hobbit. I've started on the 3-body problem.
That's not a Tolkien work.
No, it's not. It's very different.
It's quite
I read
shift.
Jurassic Park while waiting for my Audible credit to pop so I could get The Hobbit. So.
I see. I also started rereading a series I much enjoy.
Oh?
Yeah, Black Company.
Oh, yeah, no, that's a good book.
Have you read all of it?
I read the first trilogy, but that was about it.
Oh man, you should read all of it.
Let's see, what else have I done? I've been playing a little bit of Atelier Ryza.
Yeah.
I've just been kind of poking at that.
Has it become even more anime, or is it still about the same level as last time?
It's still quite anime. That's about it. We are recording this on Yargle Day, so that's nice.
Yargle Day? Do
Yargle.
tell.
You know Yargle.
I probably do, and don't recognize the name because I'm terrible with names.
It's Yargle.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, Yargle. The 9-3. The legendary frog spirit, Yargle. But what's his stats?
His stats is 9-3.
Yeah, he's a 9-3.
Which is today.
He's a big old vanilla legend for Magic.
Hey, that reminds me, you know what happens in 6 days?
I die because I watched that one video.
No, it's the strongest day of all.
Oh, yes, 9-ball.
9-ball. You got it.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of strength, I have done something that I may end up regretting.
Okay.
It has to do with video gaming. Would you like to guess what it is?
Was it Yargle?
It was not Yargle. Video gaming.
Video gaming. I don't know. You're making a Toho.
No. Because we are still quarantined and we need something to do. And it was the alternative to going out on more walks in the mosquito-infested Midwest.
Yeah.
My wife and I subscribed to WoW Classic.
Oh, how is that?
I don't know. I'm only 10th level.
Okay. So
it's only been 3 days.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like that old Leverain is a little slow.
Yeah, it's even worse that I decided, I was a warlock once. How about be a paladin? Why not? And it's apparently like the worst leveling class.
It's a bad leveling class. However, the nice thing about paladins is you get that freaking mount, which no one else usually is able to afford.
Free mount.
Yeah, because nobody else can afford mounts in that game in Classic.
Once apparently I get to level 30 something, then I essentially become a walking tank.
Yeah.
A mobile platform for all kinds of death and destruction.
I used to be the discipline. Back in vanilla, I was discipline priest. Back when spirit worked different. Because I don't think spirit ups your mana regen anymore, but that's how it used to work. So I would be a spirit. I'd be the discipline priest and just made everybody's like freaking mana regen super fast.
There is a tiny, tiny part of me that so far I've been able to repress that says, hey, why don't you download WoW Normal and check in on what your old character's doing? And so far I've fought that urge.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Honestly, the only super classic WoW I would like super get into would be like classic Wrath era, because that was honestly when WoW was at its best.
I am looking forward to when they release, and I don't know when this will happen, classic The one with the blood elves. Because that's when I came in.
That's Wrath. That's Wrath. No. That's
Wrath.
That's not Wrath. That's Burning Crusade, which a lot of people liked, but Wrath was better than Burning Crusade.
I like Burning Crusade because it had, I want to call it the name of my old company, but it's not right. The big dungeon with the wizard guy.
Ah, the dungeon with the wizard.
Yeah, his old house is down in the south. It had Wizard of Oz in it.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Crap, what was the name of that place?
That wasn't in Classic? I thought that was the last dungeon released in Classic. Or was it the last dungeon released in Burning Crusade?
I believe it was Burning Crusade. Karazhan.
Yeah, Karazhan.
Karazhan. And when did Karazhan come out? Burning Crusade.
Okay. Oh, no, it was just the intro raid to that whole game. But it's the one most people did because all the others were. Yeah, it was fun, and it was the one everybody did because all the others ended up being usually too hard. Well, it was the only 10-man dungeon at the time, so all the others were 25-man, so nobody did them except like actual raiding guilds. So you couldn't really do anything except Karazhan.
I don't know what the timing will be. I have heard rumors that, they're trying to follow the original release schedule.
Yeah.
They did just open AQ40 on a friend of mine's server.
Oh, cool.
So,
well, AQ40, in order to open that, like the entire server had to work together.
Yep.
This stuff was nuts back in the day.
It still is, apparently. And the servers still crash when it happens. Lol.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Well, anyway. Hey, speaking of terrible Memorpagas.
Oh, yes. Speaking of being addicted to Memorpagas.
Yeah. You want to talk about how to become a failing angel?
A failing angel?
Well, this month, we decided to watch Gabriel DropOut.
Last month, we decided to watch Gabriel DropOut.
Well, I watched it yesterday, so... you want to give us the elevator pitch for Gabriel DropOut?
An angel has to go to school in the human world. She graduated top of her class in angel school in heaven. When she gets to Earth, she discovers MMOs are a thing, and then wants to do nothing.
Yep.
Hilarity ensues.
Much hilarity ensues. I think it's one of the funniest shows I've watched, honestly. At least in the last couple of years.
Really? I thought it was fine.
It was pretty funny. I laughed out loud at several occasions.
Yeah,
even on the rewatch.
It's pretty good. I will tell you this. It gets a lot of mileage out of just having 4 characters, because a lot of these freaking gag shows just balloon their cast up. Where this does a really good job with just its 4.
Well, they've got good characters. That helps.
They do.
No one's just one note.
Yeah.
So what was your overall impression?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty middle of the road. I mean, I say that, but actually that means it's probably more of like a B, because middle of the road is these days is pretty garbage, where this is definitely not garbage. This is super watchable, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's extremely memorable. I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, Gabriel DropOut, this show fucking rules. I'd be like, Gabriel DropOut's pretty funny. If you want something to watch, it's very watchable, which is more than you can say than a lot of shows these days.
Yeah, I mean, the bar isn't super high. I'll give you that.
No, it's not.
On the other hand, on the rewatch, I watched this 2 years ago when it came out. This is my rewatch. And I was still anticipating several scenes that I think are just pretty awesome.
Yeah, there's some pretty good gags in here. It does have the most religious Christmas episode of anything on TV in the past decade, I think.
I know, right?
Which is saying something.
What's that say? Something terrible.
Yeah, probably.
What did I give Gabriel DropOut? I gave it a 12. I gave it a
12.
7.
It's like, it's super good. Well, 7 makes sense.
I gave it a 7. It's good.
Did you give it a 7 out of 7? Or 7.7 out of 7?
No.
You should have given it a 7.7 out of 7.
Why? Are you making a Final Fantasy reference?
No, because it's 3 7s in a row.
Okay.
So it's a heavenly number as opposed to 6.6.
Oh, you're going super old school number jokes. Okay.
I'm going numerology here. Come on,
Gotcha.
work with me. Hey, you didn't have me clap at the beginning. Is this audio going to be all safe, or are we like fucked? He'll figure it out, folks.
I'll figure it out.
Don't worry.
I'll figure it out.
Now the best joke is to cut that in such a way that it like overlaps your audio or something. so it's very obviously incorrectly synced.
I like it. Yeah, I would recommend people go watch Gabriel DropOut if they haven't already.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a good distraction. And what do we need these days if not good distractions?
I need so many good distractions. Why else am I playing WoW? Honestly.
True facts. Not to help humanity, because one person you saw on your screen just popped up and said, "Help me, my lord," and you're like, "Oh, I can do that."
I have some questions about that.
Hey, you've seen shitty MMO ads. They're all like, "Help me, my lord," with a big busty lady on there.
That is true. I haven't had them yell at me on full screen though.
You know,
when my computer's off,
she got hacked.
And closed. She got
maybe
hacked.
Somebody, maybe a demon actually did cause her to fall by just opening it up, knowing that the irresistible call of helping somebody would get through to her angelic goodness.
That is very possible. This manga is still ongoing, so we could get a season 2.
Is it a yonkoma?
I don't think it's yonkoma, but it's extremely episodic.
Yeah.
So it's probably several shorts, like one chapter is a
manga
is a thing. Did you end up watching the OVAs? Because there are 2 OVAs with it.
Oh no, I didn't notice the 2 OVAs.
I forgot to watch them. Oops. Oh well. Go watch it. We're going to talk about spoilers now and spoil some of the jokes.
Spoil some of the jokes.
At least the best ones. Let's go through all the characters.
Sure, all 4 of them.
Well, we got 4, and then the most important character in the entire series. And we'll get to that character in
which
a bit.
is Master?
We'll get to that character in a bit. But let's start with Gabriel herself.
Yes.
She is, when I watch this show, my spirit animal.
She kind of is, yeah.
On my rewatch, I feel like I've moved away from Gabriel. Although I still feel very attuned with her spirit. And I've moved more to be a Raphael.
Raphael is actually the most evil character in the show.
We'll get to her in a bit. I don't know. There's not a ton to talk about Gabriel, which is kind of funny. She's more of... I hesitate to say that she's the straight man.
Yeah, no.
But in a lot of ways, she kind of is.
Well, because she's like the most real person. She acts like a human being, and that's kind of her problem, right?
Are you saying that humans are garbage?
Kind of. They're that level of garbage for sure.
Burnable garbage.
What makes Gabriel my spirit animal is her willingness to blow the first horn of the apocalypse at the minorest of inconveniences.
Indeed. I'm questioning why she even has that. She is still a student.
Because she graduated top of her class, and that's what the top of the class angel gets.
Oh, is that it?
That's my headcanon, and I'm sticking to it.
If that were the case, I would have tried a lot harder in high school, I think.
Well, you don't go to angel school.
That's true. I did go to star school, though.
That's true. We both did.
Does that count? Do I get something for that? I wasn't valedictorian, though. Oh, well. My favorite scene... Well, I've got 2 favorite scenes with Gabriel. One is when the physical fitness test, Satania is trying real hard to do all the things. And one of those things is jumping back and forth across a line. And Gabriel decides that instead of that...
he just rolls back and forth. Yeah, it's pretty A+, not gonna lie.
It's one of the best gifts that I know of that honestly reflect my soul most days.
Yeah, it's pretty useful.
The other one is when Satania has ordered the gun off the TV ad, and she brings it to school.
Yes.
And Gabriel convinces her to give her the gun, and then without any hesitation, shoots her right in the gut.
A+ gag right there. That's really good. One of my favorite is probably when she and Vignette are going over their survey they have to return to heaven. That was probably my favorite gag of the show, and could have used more of that style of humor.
More people overhearing their nonsense?
People overhearing their angel demon cosmology bullshit and just being like, what the fuck?
I mean, you can only do that so many times, I think, in a show like this.
I don't know. I think you get a lot more mileage out of that joke.
You still got to keep the conversation casual enough to be misunderstood.
Yeah.
It is a bit of a challenge. I did like her sister when she came, although I feel like that character was very underutilized.
Sorry, which character?
Gabriel's sister, the older one.
Well, I mean, they just sort of saved her for the climax, but yes, no, she's good.
She's underutilized. I feel like we could have gotten at least another full episode out of her and her antics instead of just cramming it all into the last episode. What we got was fine.
Yeah.
Next character up is Vignette.
Yeah, in the same way that Gabriel is a terrible angel, Vignette is a terrible demon, but for a completely different set of reasons.
Actually, it's the complete opposite set of reasons.
Exactly.
Vignette is a demon, but everyone she comes in contact with who doesn't know that she's a demon says in their internal monologue, what an angel.
Oh, yeah, because she's
what a delight
wonderful,
to be around.
Decent human being.
Yeah, she's so nice. Except sometimes her demonic form does come out when people say things like, I'm not going to attend your Christmas party. Or,
yeah,
I'm not going to dress up in that bear outfit. You know, little things like that.
Standard stuff.
And then suddenly all the claws come out. But she is supposed to be the real straight man of the group.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like she quite lives up to that. And I feel like Gab is probably the better straight man because Vignette, while she's supposedly the most normal, nicest person, she tries real hard. And there needs to be somebody to counteract against that. And I feel like Gabriel does that a lot. And she does that to all the characters. Whereas Vignette does that for a subset, mostly Satania.
Yeah, no. Gab gets to be a really good straight man, mostly, again, because she's just extremely blasé.
Whereas Vignette gets real flustered when, like, the weird stuff starts happening.
Yeah.
So
Vignette is a good, like, reactionary straight man, where Gab is the, like, straight-faced straight man.
yeah, I see that. That tracks.
So they work well together.
But other than that, there's not a whole lot to say about Vignette. And I think that's
the problem
purpose.
with a good character, as in a character whose alignment is good, is that they can be a little flat, bland, I guess. Because they're very nicey. Somebody else has to act upon them for them to be interesting.
But like most characters in the show, and this is how we get so much mileage out of just 4, Vignette does have that sadistic streak.
Yep.
At least when she has something that she wants. Gabriel does have a nice streak still inside of her. Like, she hasn't lost all of her goodness.
I don't know. Have you seen that Halo?
Well, that was episode 1. But she does things like pay for Satania's dog without telling anybody.
Yeah, that's true.
See, that's the good kind of character. They do good, and nobody actually knows about it. Because if you do your job right, no one thinks you've done anything at all.
Oh. Yeah.
I stole that from Futurama.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. Bender had human beings living on his metal ass, I remember.
As you do.
As you do.
How about the Queen of Hell herself, Satania?
Ah, Satania. You can't talk about Satania without talking about her family, who is all completely overdramatic, and she is not actually a princess of hell. She just aspires to be. And she's very
really
terrible at all of it. She's just overdramatic and thinks the height of evil is not doing your homework. On purpose.
On purpose. I was waiting for that. It's very important that it be intentionally not doing your homework and then laughing at the teacher for it.
Intentionally not done my homework.
Yeah, her family is bonkers crazy. When I originally watched this, I was like, okay, she's just the insane character. She's overly obnoxious. She tries too hard, etc. But then we get sort of a background to her when we visit her folks. And her folks are her dialed up to like 12.
Oh, yes, I love it.
Except her brother, who is just completely nonplussed about the whole thing.
I'm a big fan of how their dining room has a wall that makes their dining room look longer than it is.
I like the spotlight in the corner that casts the spooky shadows.
Yes.
And the tomato juice, which is definitely human blood. Don't worry about
Human blood, because they are demons from hell.
Indeed. Who make cakes.
Who make cake, yeah.
But yeah, Satania is super gullible. She has no clue about pretty much anything. She's not even good at her own job. Small pranks are her idea of vast demonic badness.
Height of evil. She is the most bombastic of the bunch, for sure.
Her aspirations and her actions are totally out of sync. I thought we were going to get something really good with that gun the first time I watched it. Because she watched this infomercial. Hey, you want to do something evil? Buy this gun.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
that's okay. A really good setup.
Like, there you go. It's just a gun.
Just buy a gun. Just guns.
So she brings it to school. Everyone is just like, oh yeah, I guess Satania has a gun now. Nobody cares.
What is it? Length of the book. Length of the book if X character had a gun.
And does it shoot bullets? No, she says that it'll make somebody laugh for 10 hard minutes. And then you think, okay, it's going to be a joke gun. It's going to have a flag pop out of the front. She got gypped.
She was cheated.
She was cheated by the infomercial. And Gab convinces her to give the gun over and then immediately shoots her.
Yes. And I was, again, A+ gag. It's just
gag.
Timed extremely well. The facial expressions are all just there. You know it's coming too. You're like, she's just going to shoot her. She's going to get that gun and just shoot her.
I think what sells it, though, is the fact that whatever is in that gun goes directly through Satania.
Yeah. Well, what I love, too, about the gag is just like how Gab so indignantly asks for it. She's like, does it hurt it to get shot? She's like, I don't know. Well, don't you think you should test it? Shouldn't you test to see if it hurts? Here, hand it over. We're going to test this. Come on. Come on. I don't want it to hurt. You can shoot me with it, but I want to make sure that it is, in fact, painless. Come on, hand it. All right, pow. Did that hurt? Well done.
Poor Satania.
Come on. You can't feel sorry for Satania.
I do just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I guess we should say that her other major character trait is that she is a pretty big fan of melon pun.
Yes. She gets to enjoy it once in the entire show.
Does she? Yeah, I guess so. Yes. When she's in Hokkaido.
Yeah, and only a little bit.
With her familiar.
Satania is actually the reason I started watching this show, because as you can probably imagine, when this show was airing, the animemes were just choice.
Is that still around? I think that's canceled too. I don't think we say animemes anymore.
The subreddit is currently dead, yes. But the term lives on.
Okay, that's good.
Anyway, you got good animemes, and almost all of them were Satania for months. Just months. And finally I broke down. I was like,
memes were these?
I was like, okay, fine. I'll check out this show that has this weird demon chick in it.
What sort of memes did they have?
Just all the memes.
I guess so.
I would search the subreddit, but it's currently dead. Satania memes.
I mean, that's literally what I have already done.
And there's just many of them. So many. Almost all reaction faces. But it helps that she's just so dumb.
She's very dumb.
And we can't talk about Satania without talking about the most evil character I've witnessed in quite some time. And we did watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yes.
And that's Raphael, the angel.
She is actually the most evil.
She's sadistic. She's a stalker. She gaslights. All kinds of psychological manipulation. All thrust upon our poor little Satania, who doesn't know any better.
Does she not know better? No, she super doesn't.
She doesn't. She has no idea. Raphael does, though.
Accurate.
See, you're getting into the Satania memes. You know.
I mean, yeah, she's good because she's definitely the most bombastic of the entire group. So she's just made for this. She is the most anti of anti-straight man.
Every other character plays off of her at some point. So it helps. Let me find. I submitted a Satania meme back in the day. Let me see if I can
what was
find
your Satania meme?
Let me scroll backwards a little bit.
Okay, no, I found the best one. Sorry. Stop everything.
Did you win?
Yep.
Oh dear.
I found it. The best Satania meme.
Yeah.
Because it's also a Raffi meme.
Man, what is wrong with Raffi?
She is actually evil.
Is she though, or are other people just that easy to toy with?
Both.
Both and?
Yep.
I can't find my old meme. Oh well. That's a little sad.
It's extremely sad.
Oh, it's because the subreddit is dead. That's why I can't find it. Anyway, Raffi is probably my closest spirit animal now, because I too enjoy watching insanity play out and poking it to see how far it will go, but usually from afar.
I mean, that's pretty much 2020 these days.
Exactly. Like, I hate most of this year, but on the other hand, it has been quite entertaining.
Not wrong.
Or is this just becoming a Satania memes podcast now?
Yeah, it's now just Satania memes. That's our new name.
Yeah, you're getting into this. I mean, you're 2 years late, but you've got 2 years worth to catch up now. I do feel like we could have gotten more mileage out of the weird butler that Raffi had.
Yeah, and again, I'm sure she shows up a lot more in the
manga.
The manga, but yes, no, A plus side character, minor character.
Yeah, Rafi gets Rafi'd herself.
You kind of see where Rafi gets it from.
Yeah, the butler is pretty overt in her intentions. Oh, I've drawn you a bath. Let me undress you. I don't think that's necessary. I would like to see you naked, though.
How very overt.
Or, while she's in the bath, why are you at my window, very high up on the 3rd floor? Well, I thought that I could take a gander at your luscious curves and perhaps document them on my camera here. No, thank you.
No, thank
Ladder,
you,
go down now. Let's see. And then we have to talk about perhaps the most important character of the entire series. The one that truly drives this show. The dog.
Oh, the dog? I was going to go with the class president, whom I love.
You like Machiko?
Yeah. Yes.
She doesn't have a whole lot in the show, but every time she shows up, you're right, it's pretty gold.
Yep.
What part was your favorite with the class prez?
Well, again, it's probably just the first episode with her and her, with the survey.
Survey is very good.
Survey is a good joke.
I liked when she had to pose for Satania's drawing class.
Also A+, because she just wants to make her happy.
Okay, fine, I will strip for you. Don't worry about it. Oh yeah, there's the coffee dude.
Yeah, I like him a lot too.
Masta.
Who will bend over backwards for Gab. And is very happy when Gab is going to work so hard.
Oh, very
that she'll
hard.
work 2 shifts a week.
Did you know, I learned something about Master while watching this show, and it took me two whole viewings to really understand this. He is very proud of his house blend.
It's true.
He has
uses
scoured
like
the earth and come up with
beans.
7 different types of beans, yes. And he would like to tell you all about it. What else should we discuss about Gabriel DropOut?
I mean, we could just rate all these Satania memes.
This doesn't really work well on a podcast.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I did appreciate that we had a entire arc dedicated to shogi. That was nice.
Yeah, the shogi gags were pretty good. I feel that a lot because, again, I'm a game player and I'm a big fan of this. It's like that. You've seen that ProZD. What's his name?
Yeah, ProZD.
ProZD's thing with like card games, right?
Oh yeah, with the cows.
With the cows. It's very similar.
Well, I feel like if nothing else shows the dynamic between Satania, Rafi, and Gab.
Oh, it's 100% that. Yeah.
It is precisely that sketch. Satania being coaxed into playing a game she has no idea about. She's going to try to bluff her way through it anyway. Gab doesn't really care until it becomes kind of funny.
She doesn't care until it becomes let's dunk on Satania and she picks up what's going on.
And Roth is just rolling with it.
Oh, yeah.
And with expertise. There's a chef's kiss in there.
Oh,
like,
just the whistle of like, oh, that's a foul. It's like
a foul. 2 points.
Shogi. 2 points.
1 point.
And she's just like,
I spend my points and I upgrade my king. Now he stands up.
It's a very good gag.
It's delightful. Oh, I love this show. It's so good.
It's pretty solid.
I needed it. What was the other show I recommended that we watched a month ago that was very similar to this?
I don't know.
Kobayashi's Maid.
Kobayashi Maru?
No, it's not the Kobayashi Maru. Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. It's not quite the same kind of humor as Gabriel DropOut, but it is in the same vein of lighthearted, cute girls being silly.
I am, in general, a fan of that genre.
Cute girls being silly, and several of them are dragons.
Yep.
I'd be down to watch it again. I think my wife would be down to watch it again.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, okay. Let's watch Dragon Maid.
Okay. We can maid some dragons.
And everybody else should go watch Dragon Maid and
or
Satania.
Just Google Satania memes.
There's so many Satania memes. You will spend hours and hours.
And just scroll. There's enough here. Oh, and humorous. Oh, yes, where they have that fish. Not sure that's a fish.
It was a gross fish. Let's be honest.
I mean, it was a gross fish.
It made gross noises. It was nasty. I did not enjoy the fish. They did get it in the end. That poor fish.
Sent it to heaven.
It came from hell, though. Let's talk about the fate of that fish.
Yes.
Would a
Let's
hell
talk about
fish,
the rich cosmetology. It is shown as a spirit with a halo.
Yeah. That's a good point. If that's the case, would it not then follow that to get into heaven, as Titania so desperately wants to do, all she has to do is die? Because she is also from hell, as is the fish. She is mortal, I think.
I don't know. It's a little vague.
They do almost kill her that one time with a bat.
Yeah, that's true.
No, maybe they are immortal, because I feel like she died several times when her soul left her body. It comes out of her mouth.
For real Z-reals and for true.
We'll have to think about that.
Gosh, why don't I have this case? A+ phone case.
Very nice.
Deputy.
Why don't you have that case?
I don't know. I should do it. Man, gosh, is there much else to even talk about with Gabriel DropOut?
We could talk about the elephant in the room.
Which is?
How Gabriel DropOut is probably the closest to capturing Christian dogma in any anime that we've seen so far.
I mean, that's probably true.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
You've got the Christ in Christmas. That's something.
Merry Christmas.
And you will have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We have the Horn of the Apocalypse. We do have customs, though. Customs.
Yeah, there's customs in heaven.
Aerial toll houses.
Oh,
Maybe that's what they're really for. To make sure you're not smuggling video games into the ever after.
Not the PSP or the PA.
It was the PAP this time.
PAP. Personal Angelic something.
Yeah, that's about all we got.
Yeah, about all there is.
It's funny. Go watch it.
I think I'm just going to go play some MMOs instead of recording anything else.
There you go. I may actually do that after this.
You have fun with it. Actually, I'm probably going to go watch Color Out of Space. So,
well, you have fun with that.
I will.
And for everybody else,
it's a color, and you know where it's from?
Is it space?
It's space.
Hang on, though. Is it the color of magic?
No. It's color. It's just a color it's not from Earth. You see?
Is it octarine then?
No. It's just from.
Because that's not from Earth.
No, but it's not from space.
I guess that's true. Well, everyone else should go watch Dragon Maid and Gabriel DropOut. They're super quick.
Yeah. No. Gabriel DropOut, you can watch pretty quick.
All right. Guess we'll see you next time.
All right. Bye forever.
Gabriel